Why am I here? What is it that I hope for, that I wish for, that I pray for? And what is it that I am going to help create? And take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, know that you are breathing in the gift of the Spirit of God, of energy, of life force and creation. And that gift of spirit and energy and life force and creation is yours. It was given to you. It is your contract. And as long as you keep breathing, you are here. You are on this planet, and you have a purpose with each breath. So you feel in your heart that breath and that power. That creative life force belongs to you and nobody else. It is your breath. So take a deep breath in together. And exhale loudly and let it out. Let's do one more. Take a deep breath in together. And exhale and let it out. And whenever you're ready, just gently open your eyes and gaze softly at the ground first. And holding that sacred space, that sacred energy, just gently gaze around and know and see your neighbors. And know that every woman here is powerful beyond belief and capable of great and radical change. When we came here 11 years ago, my kids went to Rancho Vista. And at that time, I showed up at Rancho Vista and it said, like, not to bring your horses onto the campus. And I was like, what an amazing place that they have to, and so I truly love, like, this city. Like you can't bring your horses on campus. Like, that means that somebody brought their horses on campus. The only reason that sign is there is because people have ridden their horses onto campus. So we live in a town. Right? But I was like, what, can you imagine? And so I think what I really want is to preserve what's sacred about this space. And what happens when you have something precious and sacred, there's always evil forces that want to take it away. Always. And it doesn't end. That's the thing. Like, that's kind of like the sad thing. It doesn't ever really end. And so what I feel really passionate about is about protecting our schools, okay, protecting our land, and most importantly, protecting our children. And I know my kids are going to be safe and they're going to be protected because I'm a fierce fighter. But I'm seeing things that are happening in the school system where they're really taking away children's innocence. They're destroying their minds and they're creating a victim mentality. They're making children who live here feel guilty for living here. And that, really think about that. They're making them feel guilty for living here, that they should not be here and they need to give everything else to everybody else and they shouldn't enjoy what they have here. And that I think is the fundamental issue that I'm seeing within our curriculum, within how we talk to our kids. And what we should be teaching them is about gratitude and loving where you are in the moment, loving being in this place and protecting it, right? As I was preparing for this, I wanted to think, like, why are all of you here? Like, why is this important for you to be in this space at this time? Personally, for me, I feel like our schools are in danger, our land is in danger, our country is in danger. Like, we're at this moment, this pivotal moment where it could go left or it could go right. And we really don't know which way it's going to go. If it goes left, hello, communism and socialism. That is what is on the left. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that because they don't know the definition of communism. They've never been in a country where it's communist. They've never really experienced that. And so they can't see what they haven't experienced. And if it goes right would be Trump wins. Trump has promised to dismantle the Department of Education, along with Robert Kennedy, who has said he's going to defund any school with a vaccine mandate, along with Elon Musk, along with Tulsi Gabbard, how do you say her name? Gabbard, all of these people, right, who were once kind of left, have now gone right because it's no longer about left and right. It's about, do you love America? Do you love our land? Do you love our children? Will you fight for them? That is the group, and there's not even a name for it anymore. But that's who is on the right side. And so we don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way. And so when there's these times of unknowing, it's so important that we come together, that we have our tribe. And for me, during this past 4 years, I have found like my tribe of people that if I did not have them, I don't know how I could have continued to speak and get through. And so I wanted to provide a tribe for Alexandria. What I've seen over the last 4 years has been amazing because it's been mostly moms fighting, right? And we've been called domestic terrorists. We've been called like weirdos, fringe radicals. The names, there's so many names, but it's like, what are we fighting for? We are fighting to save America. We are fighting for everybody's freedom. We are fighting for our land. We are fighting against big government, all of these things. And so what I saw in Alexandria last year and why I was like, I want her on our school board is because she went to a school board meeting where all of the teachers were there to ask for raises. They had a rally, they were all fired up, and it was all about them. And Alexandria stepped into this room that was packed. There was like standing room only all the way out, and she just exposed this entire gender ideology culture happening in the schools that is confusing and harming our kids. And she was heckled, and people were screaming at her in the back of the room, and she didn't back down. And so that is like a quality that I want in our leaders, where you have values, you have morals, you know what you come here for, and you don't back down. And so we're here tonight to celebrate Alexandria, and she's gonna talk later. But first, before we do that, I'm gonna ask each of you to share with the group a couple things, okay? So I always like to do this in my women's circle so we can all get to know each other. But the government told us not to do something a while ago. I don't know if you guys know what it is. Do you know what was really dangerous? What was so dangerous? Hold on. Are we ready for this? Breathing. 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 The government tried to convince us that we were going to kill our next door neighbors with our breath. But what is the breath? The breath is life. What else is the breath? Creation, God, energy. The first thing we do when we come onto this earth, right? We scream, we yell, all of these things that are naturally intrinsic that keep us alive, we were told to live in fear of. And then we were told to live in fear of our next door neighbor. And what does Jesus say? Love your neighbor. And so what you see is this stripping away of the foundation of America, of loving our neighbor, of trusting in God we trust, all of these things, okay? And all of those things are in danger because people aren't paying attention and they're not listening and they're too busy doing other things and they're too afraid to speak. And I'm looking around and I see each of you here and I know that none of you are afraid to speak. Like every single one of you that is here tonight, I just met you, has spoken. Like you've spoken amongst that fire, like what Alex did. So,
all right. So as you all know, my name is Alexandria Blumer. I am running for school board. And I first want to thank you all for showing up and for being so vulnerable and sharing your stories. It means the world to me. And it's this right here that has kept me going, because this might come as a shock, but it is nasty. The politics, there's a lot of good, but there's a lot of really hairy stuff going on. But you all mean the world to me. I love what Dee and Michelle said about just trying, right? We have to try. We have to do something. If we fall flat on our face, if we fail trying, right? I love that. And Dee being here since 1949, I want to bring back that feeling, that pride of Palos Verdes, right? I feel I've only been here since 2013, but I remember that feeling, that pride, and it's gone downhill. And I think COVID had a lot to do with it, but I think we have a lot of work to restore that. Megan, of course, Megan and Charity is not here tonight, but at first, please follow them. They're a wealth of information. They will empower you. They will equip you with every California legislative education code you need to know to go to your board and say, hey, this is not okay. Okay. You can email them, call them. They will be by your side. They will give you what you need. Just Karina, everybody, it's very, I can relate so much, because you feel like, I'm just a mom. But I don't know if anyone has heard Kimberly Fletcher with Moms for America. She says that the four most powerful words you can speak are, I'm just a mom. I am just a mom. There is nobody who will fight harder than a mother. So I am so proud and so honored to have all of you in my corner. I appreciate your support, and you've been on this journey with me. Erin, I will never forget, after I spoke at the school board meeting, I was terrified. I'm pretty sure I went to my car and I was shaking for about half an hour because there were quite a few people there that weren't like-minded. And I remember Erin reaching out, and I remember telling Steve, I'm like, Steve, this woman from Safe PB Schools organization, I was so excited. And anyway, the rest is history. Needless to say, we are in lockstep. I am very, very proud to be affiliated with Safe PB Schools. Well, there is nothing so far that I have not agreed with wholeheartedly 100%. So thank you. And since I'm at it, thank you for opening your home. To me, it's a huge deal to open your home to people. This is your sanctuary. This is the heart of your family. It's a really big deal. So I am so honored, and thank you. I appreciate it. I wish I had something stronger than thank you to tell you, but I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And this is why we're here. This is why we're here, because we can't be those people that, God bless them, they're go along and get along, right? And you just hope for the best. Well, I can't do that. I can't hope for the best anymore. I got to know I did, all of you ladies, I have to know that I did something. I think so many people are terrified, and I'm not exaggerating. I think they are terrified to speak up because they don't want to be labeled a bigot. They don't want to be labeled this or that. They don't want to get kicked out of the pickleball group. They don't want to be uninvited to happy hour. So they just go along with it. Well, guess what? There is so much mismanagement, and throwing more money at a money mismanagement problem is not going to fix it. If the bond passes and I am elected, I will do everything I can in my power to make sure that things are spent where it's intended and provide transparency. And to me, transparency means we will literally write a list. The roof at Silver Spur is going to cost $34,322. We have these three bids, and this is the one we're going with, and this is when we're starting the job, and this is when we're hoping to finish. If the bond does not pass, there are options. A bond is not the only avenue to repair our facilities. There is really good news with all the bond, because it's a big issue. It affects every taxpayer on the peninsula. The good news is we all have the same goal. We all want better facilities for our kids. We all want our kids to learn in a safe environment. What we're having a little turbulence with right now is how we get there. And unfortunately, it's become more polarizing. So if you support the bond, then, oh, you support the children. If you don't support the bond, you don't support our children. And that is absolutely asinine. So I hope that we can get off that narrative. If the bond does not pass, there are options with the state. Our facilities, being as old as they are eligible for state funding. Okay, it's not a $300 million lump sum, but it's something. I would pursue that. I would also cut things out, cut the fat, right? There's a $750,000 contract with Sage Therapy. We can contract with LA County for free therapy. Sage Therapy for the intermediate and the high schools, we have a $750,000 contract with them. This is outside third-party therapy. So how many roofs could we fix with that? We recently adopted a $1 million social studies program and then paid $30,000 for brain pop. What could we do with $30,000? On the line item list, if you've read the bond resolution, plumbing is a big issue. It's on the vague list, the wish list of everything. Why do we have tampon machines in intermediate school boys' bathrooms, and now starting this year up to third grade, down to third grade, they want tampon? Yes, ma'am. AB 230. Yeah, because that's what boys do. That's what boys do. So my point is, how much can we save in plumbing to snake the pipes? So if the bond doesn't pass and I am elected, those are things that I am going to, it's AB 230, but, and I would put it in a gender neutral faculty bathroom. I would not have it in the student's bathroom. In order to appease the law, I would put it in the faculty bathroom, not in my child's bathroom. I have 2 boys. I'm not doing it.